Oh, okay. It's not me. I didn't miss it. So yeah, so we talked about the event this weekend, which of course, I mean, it's not like any of you guys can go to because it's a youth program. And
but it's exciting.
Yeah, no, I am excited about it. Especially because I'm featured in it.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I have lost all, like, I don't know what word I want. Shyness about being in pictures. Danielle!
Hello!
Hi! Oh no, were your headphones not working? Was it us or was it you or was it the headphones?
Oh.
Hopefully it was. Well, no, I don't think it could have been us. Unless we've been talking with no volume this entire time, but she said finally and we didn't change anything, so I don't think it's us.
Okay.
Either way, hello. Happy Thursday. But now we have someone to talk to.
Woo!
So, events. Okay. Me/my headphones. Got it. I'm glad it's worked out.
Hi.
I'm the problem, it's me. Glad that's worked out. Let's see. What is coming up first? First is the, oh my God, I lost my entire brain. Bell City Brush Up Bout. And that is going to be our virtual event. It's 2 days of education talking about model dog grooming, everything from taking the wig out of the package, how to put it on the dog, brushing it out. Surprisingly, there are multiple ways to do that.
Yeah.
And there's some tips instead of just sitting there brushing the entire thing out, using a dryer. Thank you, Stephenie, for that. And what else? Talking about how to prep the dog, which is going to be cool. Different for creative, purebred, freestyle, and then going into demos and teaching about how to trim the hair, how to do finishing touches. Ashley Hanvey, hi! I wonder why you didn't show up.
Hi, Ashley.
That's okay. We'll say hey from over here. I wonder why I didn't show up on over there, but I can see it here. So I got you.
How are you so tan? Like, I just keep looking at myself in the camera and I'm so white. And I've gotten so much sun this year in comparison to what I usually
do. I'm literally glistening, glowing.
Do you see how much I'm translucent over here?
Oh, heart eyes, Ashley. Heart eyes. Yay, you went to the group. It's not coming up on Restream for some reason, but that's why I'm on it. Okay, so it is inside the group as comments, but we're on Stephenie's computer instead of mine.
And for some reason...
Oh, Beth, hey! Okay, try chatting on Facebook. Weird. We got to get this... We'll get this nailed down eventually, you guys.
Technology
but
is
now
silly.
I can see you. So Beth went ahead and went to YouTube, so we can see her there. And don't worry, Ashley, I can see you on my computer looking on my page. I wonder... I know, rude. I know. I'm going to try next time going live as the Grooming on the Spectrum page, or maybe going directly. No, because it's posting in the group. I don't know. I never claimed to be a tech whiz. People think I do graphic design, and that automatically means like I understand technology.
Yeah. No, I could probably look more into it too.
We'll figure it out. But either way.
Right now, I'm still struggling with fucking Vonage.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys remember that? Like, do you know what Vonage is? Because I feel like I went 2 decades of my life without hearing that word.
Yeah.
I'll wait. Let's see if anybody knows.
Yeah. Well, everyone could keep talking about it. Answer that question. But yeah, to explain Vonage, I'm trying to get it set up so that I have like another phone for the business instead of my phone number.
Instead of people calling it. We're so old. I know. I'm like, what is... Okay, Danielle said, what is that? That makes me feel so much better. Thank you, Danielle. Vonage is a phone.
It's a phone service.
Company service thing.
And so I'm getting it so that because
Ashley said vaguely familiar. Yep.
Meg is now doing dogs here.
Yes.
So
more people
I wanted to make it, and more people are calling. So Meg is a user. So Meg can look at the phone, like we'll be able to see her app or on their app and stuff, like who's calling and stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to text on it. And then my sister-in-law is actually going to be taking over the phones.
Bless
because I
her.
hate talking on
bless
the phone.
her.
Yeah, she is an angel.
From heaven. Like, it doesn't take much, you guys, but if you're willing to jump in and handle all the phone calls and pick up the phone and talk to people on the phone, like, I will kiss your feet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, either way. So we're figuring that out so we can have an extension
and then she's going to be able to also use it to call all of the state departments because I am working on an article that I hope to get into Groomer to Groomer.
It was a United States thing. Vonage, I think. Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, so nope, I lost it. What were we talking about?
Vonage, calling the states because you're going to have a bit of a database.
I'm working on an article that I want to try to get into Groomer to Groomer.
Yeah.
It is called The Truth About Dog Grooming Schools, and it explains how the approval process works because nobody really knows, very few people know, that every state in the lower 48, I didn't check Hawaii and Alaska because I didn't care. And every single one of them has some sort of approval program for schools, even though grooming is not like a regulated industry. They still regulate the schools.
You have to get approval from the state. And
so if you're charging to teach someone a career, then you become a school by definition, and you have to get approval. Now, doing private lessons, that's fine, especially if it's continuing education. And teaching like people how to like maintain their own dog, that's okay. But if you're teaching someone how to do grooming or bathing even as a career, and they are paying you for it, then you are a school.
My cat grooming program would teach people a career.
Yeah.
Vonage was started in 98. I was almost spot
on. So you need to get approval if you're going to be doing that because you are teaching. Now, if you're doing on the job teaching where they're getting paid to work and you're teaching them in the process, that is fine.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know this, including a lot of grooming school owners, because it can be really, really fucking hard to find. Because even for me, when we moved to Wisconsin, we searched so hard. I have notes. I even talked to the department that I eventually had to get approval for because I talked to the wrong idiot. The government sucks to work with, but you have to if you want a grooming school. And so if I happen to talk to the wrong person there, even though they're a small department, and so I was told that I didn't need it, but then I found out later through that department from a different dude that I actually did. And luckily I caught it before I had opened. But this happened. I mean, it's a thing that I can tell you, and I'm not gonna call anybody out on it. I am thinking about if I notice things, I might message them and be like, hey, if in case you didn't know,
here's
you
this
do
resource.
Need this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call people out, but every state that I've looked into, every state that I've looked into requires it. I've looked through all 48. of the lower
contiguous.
the lower 48. All of them require it, and very few schools are actually approved through it.
Yeah.
In Wisconsin, I am one of
Wisconsin.
2 schools that are approved.
Oh, and how many schools are there?
I can think of at least 4.
Oh. And what is the not the punishment, what's like the result if they find out that you're operating?
It depends on the state, but typically they charge a daily fee.
From when you first started?
Not always, but
okay.
In Wisconsin, it's from the day you started like working as a school. And so if I had been going for 2 years, not realizing that, I needed this approval, hopefully they would be nice if I was grace. like legitimately just didn't know, but like they could like basically ruin me.
Yeah.
They would ruin me. There is one approved in Illinois.
Oh.
I've looked. Illinois is a very similar thing too. Or at least last time I checked. I didn't check recently, but last time I checked, Illinois has one.
How do you check if a school is regulated?
Again, it depends on the state.
Can there not just be one universal database?
This is why we're making a universal database.
Oh, that's going to list the approved schools for each state?
I'm not going to list the approved schools.
Okay.
But I am going to list where to find the approved schools. Because again, I don't like. I understand.
Trying to call out people.
Like again, I understand that a lot of these schools just don't know.
Well, yeah, they're not like, I don't feel like doing this.
So I'm hoping if I get this information.
Do you know the approved school in Illinois?
Yes.
That you know?
I can't remember the name of it right now, but I could look it up. It was not that one. But Illinois might have a thing where if it's, and every state is different about out of state schools doing online stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know for sure on that. But I am going to have all of the information on a spreadsheet so that hopefully, and I'm going to, write the article explaining how it all works.
Right.
With that like linked to it so that people can look it up. And then they'd be able to find out for themselves if they own a grooming school, like what they missed.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will save some people. And then, hopefully it will also help students. Yeah. Potential students who want to find schools.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's all going to be listed. And that's why I got the phone thing, because part of the project is I have to call every single state's department, which is a different name. Like it's a different type of department each time. Like some are the Department of Higher Education, and some of them are something stupid. I don't even remember. Mine is like it comes down to EAP, Education Approval Program.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're really hard to find. It's so hard.
Like they didn't make it super easy.
Yeah.
So Stephenie is doing.
Yep. I'm gonna do
the Loud's work.
So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna have an article about it that just explains how it all works, because just a lot of people don't know, and I get a lot of people that message me about it, and then are like, "Oh, I don't want to do that."
Well, and aren't you doing classes on how to start a school?
Yes, I do coaching
and one-on-one coaching to walk you through how to start a school.
I do.
All right, we're plugging it right here. Freshness with a spin. Plug it in.
Yeah, and a lot of time, the reason I decided to do the article is because I kept seeing all these posts on Facebook of like, people asking about like, mostly it's like, hey, I want to teach classes in my salon, and I'm like, hey, you have to be careful. And then everyone argues with me. Yeah. And I'm like, guys, I'm the one who knows the answer.
Guess what? You're going to be able to link your fucking groomer to groomer article.
Yeah.
going forward and be like,
Yeah. I just gotta actually finish the article.
Yeah. Do you want me to proofread it?
I will once I'm done with it.
Yep, absolutely.
So, but
anywho's, so the brush up bout. I don't know how we got off of current distractions into that, but it's okay. 2 days of education on model dogs, all the way from getting it out of the bag to finishing touches. It's going to be great. It's virtual. You have the recordings for 6 weeks, so you don't even have to be there the whole time.
Yep.
Like you don't have to be there live.
And we are doing a live watch party here. If you want to come, it doesn't cost any more or less.
I scheduled that poodle on the 27th at 10. I knew that date had something to do with it. That's okay.
We'll figure it out.
It'll be fine.
And then at the end, we are also, even virtually, we're going to do the mock competition, and you will have access to a mentor during it. And basically, like, the only thing is then you have to be able to set up something for your, for yourself.
Yeah.
But
I think it'll be good, especially if people are feeling kind of overwhelmed by starting something brand new, because that's how I felt with model dogs, and having to start from scratch and like see ahead of time the shapes that I needed.
Yeah.
And make sure I didn't like cut off hair in the wrong spot.
But so I think really well so far.
I need to actually finish my one, but now I'm like,
can you reuse it for something else?
No, I'm still doing Pumbaa. Oh. I want to make it Pumbaa. I've taken like way too much off the legs and stuff to really make it much of anything else, I think.
I'm gonna do Pokemon next.
And because I am pretty determined to see Pumbaa through. But yeah, no, but I gotta start thinking about that. But I have to figure out, do I just take the wig off of one of mine and do it, or do I just buy another dog? Found out about model dogs and their competitions this year. It's interesting. Would love to find out more. Beth, you might be interested in this event I've been talking about then, because it is fully virtual, so you don't have to travel for it. And you can watch it back for 6 weeks. So if you happen to be working or out of town or what have you, or even maybe you did attend and you're like, wait, how did they do this again? You can go back to look at it.
And we're also going to have a Facebook group where people can ask like
questions and just kind of camaraderie. And actually, Beth, I can send you that post. The post that has like more information on it. I'll do that right now while I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because that's how I have to do things, is do things right when I'm thinking about it. But that's okay. So here we go. Oh, look, the meditative groomer is live.
Yes, we are.
Okay, here we go. I'm sharing it. I'm sending it in Messenger. It's coming your way.
Woo!
There we go. It is sent to you.
Yep. So yeah.
So that way you can read more about it. Click into it, see if it's something you want to do or not. Otherwise, that pretty much means once that happens, we have like 4 more days to get tickets in for the retreat, which means we only have tickets on sale for another,
couple weeks.
2.5, 3.
Yeah. 2.5 weeks.
Let's see, 1, 2. Yeah. We'll only have tickets for our retreat on sale for another 2.5 weeks.
Yep.
That thing, that's October, if you remember. Or if you don't, I'll tell you all about it again. It's October 20th. She's getting a lot of buffering on YouTube right now. You're welcome, Beth. Hopefully, hopefully it'll straighten up a bit there for you. I can send you this other post about the retreat too. And if anyone's listening back and is like, oh, what post, just message me. I'll send you the posts. But the retreat, October 20th through October 22nd, we're going to have education. Everything is neurodivergent related. Stephenie's doing a lot of neurodivergent classes. I'm doing a neurodivergent class or two. We're going to have Patty Lee, the creative cat groomer, Kyle Rigsby, Mindy Dinwiddie. There's going to be food. There's going to be drinks. Carpooling from the airport, Madison Airport, Madison, Wisconsin is going to be where you're going to want to come in at. You just have to get yourself to the airport and then back home. Otherwise, we got you from there.
Yep.
Yep. And the house is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like there's 3 separate buildings. There's mini golf, indoor mini golf or putt-putt, arcade games, pinball, a sauna, a hot tub. Like there's going to be so many things to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we're really excited about that. We just need to get a couple more tickets sold to make that happen. So
yeah.
Anyways.
That's where we're at.
That's that. Those are the upcoming events. Shows will both be at All American. Stephenie will be there the whole time. I will be there like half a day Saturday and all day Sunday. If anyone's watching who's going to be at Super Zoo, I will be there for the first time. So yeah, and thankfully I will be working for a booth, so I will have an excuse to not leave the booth.
Yep.
Like I'm just not leaving. I might leave. I'm gonna have to leave to potty and get a re-up on snacks. But
yeah, this time I'm gonna be smart and actually bring snacks.
Nice.
And like food, like to eat throughout the day.
Good.
Because
we didn't do that very well at PetQuest.
Yeah, well, so Intergroom was really nice because they had like concessions that were like
actual concessions.
Yeah,
like, yeah,
and we're actually open for like a reasonable amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
Like the ones at PetQuest, they were done so early.
They were.
I'm like, I barely even did any work yet. Like,
yeah.
So.
And then the restaurant. Bless them. They were trying their best.
But they were
slammed. So I literally picked like an appetizer, which are the things that are meant to be like a real quick, like drop them and they're done.
Yeah.
And I was there for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was rough. But either way. So better planning. Granted, I don't know what All American is like. Oh, Daniel. That is our love language. That really is our love language. So We'll figure out some snackies, and then we could literally be like at the booth, and you just like drive by, like
drive by snacks.
Open your mouth, squirt some water over. Yeah, All American, perfect. And then you guys can meet.
Yeah,
I'm
excited.
Granted, I won't be able to introduce you guys until Saturday, so you guys will probably meet beforehand. But you know what they look like. They'll be at the Pet Store Direct booth, manning a register.
Hopefully.
Most likely. You got to text Beth.
Yeah.
Not Beth. Fran.
Yeah.
Whew. Got too many names in my head right now.
Yeah. I meant to do that today. Totally forgot.
That's okay. We have tomorrow.
Tomorrow's another day.
Tomorrow is indeed another day.
So. But yeah. That's where we're at. Life's been fine.
Yeah. No, it's been a good go ahead.
I'm not going to be here next weekend. Or next week.
That's true. So I'll either see if I can get someone on live with me, or maybe I just sit here and talk into the void.
Okay.
Or I just won't.
Okay. All of those are valid.
But that's all right, because you'll be
just
gone.
So you guys know, I'm not going to be here next week. I, that night, will be camping with my husband.
Aww.
Car camping with my husband
Aww.
in Nebraska, because he has agreed to car camp one night on our trip to Colorado.
And that's the night you're picking?
Yep. Well, it's just the way that worked out.
Okay. Is it one we stopped in, or were we in Nebraska?
No.
I don't think we were in Nebraska.
This is one that I've never been to.
Okay.
But I'm excited.
But we're also more into the season, so it should be open.
Yeah.
I'm still really fussed about that one.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm so mad about it. God damn it.
So you guys, Stephenie did so much work for our caravanning trip. I'll be your sidekick holding Steph's printed face. There you go. Exactly. Just like hold it up like fuck, I was being nice. Hold on. I want to finish where I was going with that. Stephenie did so much work to plan our caravanning trip back from the Teton Grooming Expo coming back to Wisconsin.
With the camping.
So much work planning out like the camping and finding, like researching these sites, making sure they were open and they allowed tent camping and what the cost was, and then would like present a couple valid options to us and we kind of pick based off of that. So there was one that showed it was open and that everything was fine. And first of all, we drive off the road a bit.
Yeah.
Like really like past a whole bunch of other campground stuff. And when we get to where it's taking us, there's a gate and it's padlocked and there's no sign. Well, the only sign is call this number, but it was like the government, like the local government, like the Parks and Rec for that area. Yeah. And it was like 7:30 at night. And I was like, nobody is answering the phone, but sure, we can try.
Yeah.
And of course, nobody answered the phone. There was no way around. There was this random other road we found and we went down it and it was like a couple little tent spots and there was a tent already there, but there was no signage. We didn't know if it was private property.
There's also no bathroom for you.
Yeah, no bathroom.
Meg is needs a bathroom.
Very like I know I don't do much,
and that is okay.
And then we went to a rest area, and then we went to a hotel.
Yeah,
we could have done a rest area.
Yeah,
but
had it been any other time, I probably could have done a rest area. Yeah. But because it was on our way back from Teton, I had a giant bag, tree bag full of CPR dogs. And so
you wouldn't have been able to.
I wasn't able to.
Stephenie's thing, you open the hatch and the tent extends it a little bit.
And I had so much stuff that like I couldn't move it all over.
Yeah.
In order to get into my bed and have the trunk closed, like I needed the tent.
That extra space, and obviously you can't like really even this little bitty tent. It still extends from the car and is on the ground, so you can't do that at a rest stop.
Yeah. So we ended up going.
We went to a hotel, like a Motel 6.
It's actually a really nice Motel 6, to be honest.
It was what, 70?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't much. So
plus we all got to sleep in real beds and
that was nice.
Yeah.
I think we all took showers.
Yeah, showers and just
we were like, yes, take advantage of the shower
out a little bit. Like we're gonna make this $70 work for it. Like
oh yeah. And then I spilt a bunch of dog treats all over their hallway. That was fun. I got this little it's a little bag for dog treats that like hangs off of your leash, and so I was like, cool, like this would be so nice.
The chicken didn't work.
Yeah, and it like the closure thing wouldn't stay sealed.
Yeah,
but I didn't realize it until after I went to take Nibbler potty.
Yeah,
and I like walked out and I closed the door and I turned around and I see all this stuff on the floor and I'm like, and it was dehydrated chicken liver or something like that. Yeah. So it looked like it kind of looked like styrofoam all over the floor. So I was like, oh, that was rude of someone. Like, how rude. Trying to keep Nibbler away from it because he's, of course, trying to
he's like, oh my God, best day ever.
So, like,
oh my dog.
Yeah, and we went and I took a potty. And then on our way back, I kind of like was looking at it a little bit more. I'm like, God, that's so fucking weird. And then I looked and I'm like, it all came out of my package.
Here.
So there was just a bunch of dehydrated liver all over the hallway. So I picked up all the big chunks and then let Nibbler vacuum the rest.
A little Hoover.
Yeah. So.
But other than that.
Yeah. It was a decent little hotel.
Yeah. No, I wasn't mad about it. So. But the whole reason we were bringing up those apps earlier was just having I need like a good word or phrase to describe this like epiphany that has happened. Of course, my sister was just like, oh no, I'm really happy that you have some hobbies now. Because I was like, I feel like I've regressed to 4 years old.
Oh.
With wanting to like just sitting on the ground and looking for bugs. Like It feels very childish. Not that that's a bad thing. And my sister was like, well, no, that's just having hobbies. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And she was like, wait a minute. Did someone say otherwise? Like, did someone say you were a 4-year-old for that? I'm like, no. But I appreciate your hackles rising immediately.
I do have a couple of things. So first of all, it isn't childish. You can have and it is a hobby, and no one should say any different. But we do have. I'm sure there is a lot of childhood trauma behind being told that we were not being grown up enough, and that does feel very childish.
Yeah.
But let me just say, many neurodivergent people who during the process of unmasking, they actually go through a process of
childhood.
Not childhood, but like reliving a childhood almost, where you're almost like a lot of people refer to it as loving your inner child.
Okay.
And so people will do, and like one of the things I like to do is I'll just like make a fucking fort in my living room because I feel like it.
That. Yeah.
And
because we are able to do it because now we are fully fledged adults.
I'm a fucking adult and I can do that.
And we can just do that, and I can just go to the woods or go to the beach and literally
look for
just
fucking rocks
there and get my butt splashed by the waves and look for rocks.
And that's okay.
It's a good practice of being in the now. That's what I was telling my sister, because like with anxiety and depression, you're like stressing out about the future.
And depression you're thinking about the past.
Yeah. So it's hard for me to be in the now. There are a lot of childish things that others would think are not acceptable to them, but F them. Exactly.
I agree.
I'll say it for you. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So let me just see, because this might be my hubby. That's why I don't know. I like having a MacBook so much because I can text him on my computer. But anyways, so that's been really nice. And I've been able to live. I was like, this feels more like slow living. But that almost feels like it's an insult, but it's not how I mean it. And I'm still very much doing a lot of things. She said, yes, fuck them. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's regulated living.
Living. Okay, no, I've been trying to figure out what is this because I'm less stressed.
So I talked to my therapist a lot, and when I've talked to her recently, the last like few months, pretty much every time I'm like, she's like, "What's new? What's going on?" And I'm like, and I see her every 2 weeks, and I'm like, not really anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're kind of boring, but like, I kind of like it that way. Yeah. And she's like, yeah. She's like, you're just happy and content where you are.
Yeah.
And you like that. And like, you're finally over, because I was constantly you have to have all the spinning plates and do all of the things. And I was burning myself out because I'm constantly burning the candle at 6 ends, you know?
Look at what Danielle said. Danielle said, you're so busy, you need to take a step and look at the grand, amazing things you're doing.
Agreed.
I'm trying. I also first read it like by glance. I was like, you need to take a step and look at the ground. And I'm like, I'm doing that. Like, I'm looking at the ground and the sky and the plants and the birds
like, and the bugs. Doing stuff like that is
going to make it easier for me to do the big things.
Yes. And also it's a really good mindfulness exercise. You're being in the now.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about the past. And like,
not fast,
I'm sure
not
your brain.
furious.
I'm sure your brain's still going a million miles an hour, but it's like, ooh, what's this? What's
I'm
this
not
bug?
hearing
What's this
it
rock?
though, because I'm not thinking about any of that stuff, which is nice.
Yeah,
because it is very in the now and it quiets it a little bit. Everything takes time and organization, and enjoying the small things are so important. Yeah. So I mean, I'm trying to get more outside time, and I literally I'm like, now that we're at 47 minutes, and I'm like, as soon as I'm done here, I should still have daylight. I might go across to the train tracks. I'm like, what can I do while I still have light?
But don't burn yourself out on that either.
On going outside?
If you're constantly going,
well, yeah,
you can burn yourself out on that too.
I just want some more entries for my app. I want to win some challenges.
But you have to take it a little at a time, because remember, this is all dopamine as well.
Ah, shit. Yeah, you're right. They are all dopamine activities. But also, you got to understand, get those butt cheeks slapped by the water as much as you can. Yes. But also, oh man, hold on. I had something, and then I saw butt, and I was like, what? Oh no. Oh, but you have to realize that, like, I'm very used to the constant dopamine hits of like scrolling on social media and TikTok and things like that. So I'm like, you know what? I can hit, it's okay. And then I'll just not if I can't.
What?
I'll just not if I can't. As in, I'll stay very in tune with whether I feel like I'm pushing myself. Because I don't ever want an activity like that to feel like I'm making myself do it. Because then that's just defeats the whole purpose, I think.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
I just have to also be the dementor, because you don't want to, like, chase the dopamine too high.
Yeah.
It's that whole, you don't want to fly too close to the sun thing.
At the very least, I'm going to go walk around the yard or something.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I just...
Sorry, Danielle. It made sense in my head. If I can't, I won't. But if I can, I absolutely will.
That's what I'm saying. Like, your block scheduling could literally be like, hey, I'm going to do shitty computer things for an hour. Doesn't have to be anything in particular. Your shitty computer things, whatever you don't want to do.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to spend 2 hours outside.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, that's how you do it. And you got to work with your schedule. Like I said, like, I don't do socialization in the morning.
I like that. How do you not chase the dopamine? Serious question.
It's really fucking hard.
But why shouldn't you?
Because you gotta watch, again, it's like this, the flying too close to the sun.
Because
you only can produce so much dopamine.
Okay. And then you're like dry.
Yeah. And so if you're constantly going after that dopamine
like
thing,
hitting the button with the mouse with the food,
and you're just constantly doing it, eventually you're not going to get any dopamine from it. It's just like, it's like when people do drugs.
Yeah, their tolerance builds.
Yeah, your tolerance builds. Like,
and they're trying to hit that same high.
And they're trying to constantly hit that same high. You're still trying to hit that same high. It's just with dopamine versus drugs. Cocaine or heroin.
And that sounds like a much better problem to have.
I mean, I agree. I'm just saying, like, you have to...
Danielle, did you see the post of someone having that little, like, square treadmill mat thing? Danielle said she's going to start working out in the van during grooming. I might be starting a yoga thing. Yeah. We'll see. I've been trying to start a yoga thing my entire adult life. So we'll see if that actually happens. But my sister is my accountability buddy for that. And we'll see. I don't know. Who knows? But anyways, we're just about at the hour. Do we have anything else we want to touch base on? Excuse me. Yeah, dude, it's like this big. And from what I can tell, you just put it down and plug it in, and you could be like walking in place. I wouldn't necessarily like recommend doing that while scissoring a dog or something, but maybe while bathing. Ooh, ankle weights. Okay, drying for sure. Like, it gives you, who posted that? That was Laura Jane Sabbath. I'm like, I know this person. Laura Jane Saba, I'm pretty sure, in the mobile dog grooming group. I'm going to see if I can find it. See if I find it, and I can just I think it was Mobile Groomer Zone. Let's see. Yes. Chasing is scary.
Yep.
Ah. Yeah. Yeah. I need to search the group for treadmill.
She's working on finding it.
Yeah. There we go. I got it.
Yep.
So
the all or nothing thinking it is a problem for all of us.
Are you in Mobile Groomer Zone? If not, I think it should still give you a notification, but I assume you are. But it is a post in there. I just sent it to you. What'd you call it? A walking pad. But see, it's just this little thing you plug in.
I've seen people use those at desks.
Yeah. Well, trust me, I want to do, and also, honestly, the comments are pretty big. The comments are big. They're bigly. They're huge. So there's a couple other like little tips of what people do. Yeah, table push-ups. They talked about doing squats while they're drying dogs, doing like 10 per dog or something like that. Yeah. Well, I just sent it. As a groomer and kinesiology major, groomers have poor posture, forward head tilt, rounded shoulders, weak core from standing over a table in a tub. Yeah. I'm ready to just be a little bit more strong.
Most of us are, a good portion of us are neurodivergent.
Yes.
Which means we probably have poor proprioception.
Yes.
Both poor proprioception
which is the knowledge of where your body is in the world.
Yes. And interoception. We tend to not hold our bodies in the proper positions because we do not know that we're not doing it right. Basically. And so we tend to end up having a lot more pain.
Yeah.
We also tend to be more likely to get like EDS, like hypermobile. We might tend to be hypermobile, so we don't take care of ourselves in that way because we end
POTS or EDS.
Yep.
Are your stickers here?
Yeah. They're in the kitchenette.
Okay.
So.
Relevant.
So yeah, I see a lot of times people who are neurodivergent, they tend to have a pelvic tilt a lot, where we have our hips are turned forward versus back the way they're supposed to.
Just in case you want to show them.
Yeah, Meg got me stickers. So first of all, there's this one just because it's cute. It says "Keep growing."
Just keep growing.
And then there's this one.
EDS. Of course, our video is mirrored, but you can still kind of see.
Yeah. And
got pots. Got a little salt container.
Yep. I'm gonna make those into magnets. They're gonna be glorious. Meg's got her rocks, and this is a rock that I found that I thought was cool.
Because it just looks like it's exploded, but with two different rocks.
Yeah.
There's that one I thought was purple. It still kind of gives
me.
It
still looks purple.
Still gives me purple vibes.
A purple one.
Oh yeah, you need that turkey for that turkey. Jesus, you need that sticker for turkey dirt. Because Nicole has turkey has like doggy EDS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You probably could get it though. This is the artist Zan or something. I don't know. They made this bag too, which is my official rock collecting bag.
Yep.
Because the lining is really nice and I don't have to worry about it being in my pockets and then my pockets being gross. I'm like, what are the other cool ones? They look so much cooler when they're wet.
That's why we need to find a rock tumbler.
Yes. No, did anyone comment on your post?
Just places where I can buy them.
Ugh. I'm like, I did love that you said I'm not ready to like go full into like a new.
Yeah.
What'd you call it?
A new hobby.
A new hobby. Oh, for some reason I thought you said something else. Here's one where we found it broken and we're going to try to break it more because.
Yeah, it has like a.
Something else inside, or it looks different on the inside than it does on the outside.
Yeah, because it's like yellow, and then. I just like to say we don't know what any of these rocks are, and we probably will just use the apps to figure it out. So don't expect us to be knowing exactly what we're talking about. That one's cool.
Yeah.
It's like a Dalmatian.
Ooh, Danielle's going to keep eyes out at a garage sale. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And when you look closer, though, some of the dots look really shiny, like really
Yeah.
sparkly. Like it's, yeah. So that might be my favorite one right now. But I'm really good. Oh, Nicole bought her sister a rock tumbler for Christmas. It was a typo. It was a Rick tumbler, and then I just imagined poor Rick being tumbled around. But
Rick was rolled.
Can you ask her how she likes it? And if she likes it, can you let me know which one? We're still going to hopefully find something like where someone bought it to hyperfixate on a hobby and then decided they don't need it anymore. Mostly because we're trying to show self-control. But yeah, so I've got my bag of rocks. I'm going to... Oh, God. Oh, you gotta see if they can recognize the sound of your jar.
Oh.
Since everyone who's here is not the people from the beginning.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna stop making noise here. There we go. Stephenie is gonna make a sound happen. You might have to get it around. There we go. Make a sound happen. Tell me if you think, oh, she loves it. Sweet. Tell me if you can identify this sound. Or what it sounds like to you at any rate. It's a very pleasant sound.
I like it a lot.
But Nicole's sister said she loves the rock tumbler Nicole got her. So I'll figure out which one that is.
Okay.
So that way, if it does come down to it, we do have options. Or at least a tried and true option. Where does this even go? I don't even know. I think I've been... Let's see. Nails in a jar. Now, that's a very...
I do have one of those jars.
That's a very groomer thing of you to say. Buttons. Ooh, Nicole says beads. Okay. Do you want to show?
So it's sea glass.
In a glass jar.
Yeah.
So you got the jar right, Danielle. Like the jars... Yeah, so it makes a really pleasant sound. The rocks going into the jar were awful. But the sea glass, we had to redo editing for our last podcast episode that just went up yesterday. Because what we were using changed and decided to use some other software.
Which the software actually ended up being really cool.
No, I'm actually really happy about it because it automatically makes a transcript of an episode, which Zoom, I guess, did that. Sort of. But I like it. The thing is I had to re-record commercials and re-record the intro and the outro. But they had 0 transition sounds. The thing I was using before had like hella transition sounds. So we decided to record one and I was like, hey, give me that jar of sea glass. So that's literally our transition sound, like between commercials and when the episode starts and when it's over. And I'll play around with the features more. We'll see. Again, I'm not super into doing a lot of editing. But it's on YouTube, fully unedited. There are no sea glass sounds on YouTube.
Correct.
Yeah. Although I was going to be able to upload the video, so it's possible I could have edited the video as well. But that is a field that I am not strong in yet.
Video editing?
Nicole, that's why I literally watched like 12 videos of yours because I was just like, okay, I need to get reach this zen level of the music and the voiceover and the cut from here to here. And yeah. So anyways, we've done this for an hour now, guys, 1 hour and 3. Does anyone have anything for us? Questions, comments, concerns? Otherwise, I'm losing daylight.
I'm hungry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I think we're just about done here then. Nicole, I'm glad you were able to jump in for at least a little bit. Danielle, I'm so happy you were in here. Ashley, I think, is gone, but thank you, Ashley, for being here. And yeah.
Thank you all.
This was a
thank
good
you all
chat.
for being
And
here.
next week, I'll either do this myself and scream into the void, invite somebody else on.
Please actually scream.
Do you remember when I couldn't scream?
Yeah.
And I was just a freaking like horse pterodactyl.
It was awesome.
I haven't tried screaming in a while. I'm not going to do that. Oh, no. You're totally fine. Yeah, I know you got extra bodies, extra animals. Like, no worries. But I'll be here, or I just won't. We know for a fact Stephenie won't. Stephenie will be traveling. Okay, see you later, Danielle. Get some sleep.
Bye.
Thank you for being here. Stephenie will be traveling, and I'll be taking care of the heathens.
They are heathens.
Fry is fine. Addison really isn't really a heathen in my opinion, and Fry is amazing. Can you just do the whole video of just screams?
Yes, do it.
Oh, the build out. Oh yeah, no, I saw you had gone Monday afternoon, I think. Hopefully they're doing, you know what, I'll message you. Then you can fill me in on the tea. And granted, while I don't have tea, I can absolutely. But anyways, so I either won't or I will not. And maybe I'll get Chiana's nails done while you're gone.
Okay.
That would be the goal because I don't want you there. Aw, she said F my life. That means it's not going great with the build out.
Yeah.
You can only kick someone's butt like so far before they need to just.
Construction people are.
Oh, there you go. Tea sounds like a good plan. Got to go heat the kettle. There you go. You heat that kettle. I'll be ready for you. Messaging or even calling. Like if you want to call and just lay it on me.
Fuller, you're gonna wet the bed.
Hey, sir. As you drip, so much drip. How
you
did
just
you dribble
dribbled so much,
sir? Your chin is so short. How did you just do that? But anyways, yes.
In case anybody was wondering, my dog Nibbler was drinking an insane amount of water
for a little dog.
And so the joke when he does that is to say,
"You're gonna wet the bed.
Fuller, you're gonna wet the bed."
Said I'm gonna kiss your nose.
Yeah.
But anyways.
But then he looked up and dribbled like a whole cup of water down his chin. So,
yeah, I can't believe he dribbled that much water. Like, You got a hole in your lip, sir?
I mean, he doesn't have any teeth.
He doesn't have teeth.
There's a lot of holes in there, man.
But yeah, no obligation. Feel free to call if you want to tell me about it, or I'll just message you. And yeah, I've got I'll have to update you guys too because. Oh, you guys missed the whole. And Bingo, what's her name?
Yeah.
Literally have a dog coming in who is a farmer who has a dog, and that dog's name is Bingo. And I am really excited to see if that's why he named his dog Bingo.
Yeah.
And then what's the other dog's name? Copper? Copper the Shorkie. That's just a fun one to say.
Yeah.
That's a new one. That's a new dog to the school. So
yeah.
I'm excited. Anywho's, okay. We'll see y'all later. I will see you next week, most likely. And then we'll be back the week after for sure. Right? We don't have anything.
We'll be back.
Have anything. We'll be there. We'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.